Alright guys, so what's up? How's it going? I made a video right before this, talk about sleep. I don't know if I'm going to post that one or this one first. This video is actually, I heard some feedback from some people that watched it. They wanted to hear a part 2 of my football stuff. So in part 1, I kind of went over positives and negatives, things I didn't like about it, things that I thought were kind of cool, but I didn't talk about high school football. I also played high school football for 2 years, only JV, but I ended up quitting for a couple different reasons, to be honest with you. But I'll get to that later in the video. I'm going to try to not make this one as long as, I think the last one was like almost 20 minutes. I'm going to try to make this one more like maybe 15 max, hopefully. But if that, honestly, because like I said, my high school football stint was a lot shorter. My hair is blowing in the wind. It's windy out. But basically, yeah, high school football. So freshman year, I went to a private school. I will not say the name, obviously, even though most people here probably have a good idea or maybe no, but I went to a private school. And I was going in, and it was my first year. It was pretty much my first year where my dad was not coaching me, like someone on the coaching staff. So I was honestly really excited because I feel like a lot of the stress came from him coaching me, honestly. And the fact that we kind of sucked almost every year besides 14U, which if you call me saying that was probably I would say my 14U season was probably the most fun I had with football. Really good group of guys. I think I said that in my last video, but yeah. A really good group of guys, seriously. Anyway, so I get to high school football, and I remember I was really fucking scared. I remember the first workout I went to, everybody was, well, I don't want to say everybody, bro, because a lot of people, like, low-key weren't too nice, but a couple people, like a couple of the seniors, a lot of the seniors, I'll get into this later, bro, because I don't think everybody has the same opinion, but this is like what I went through. A lot of the seniors, bro, low-key did not fucking like me, or I don't know if they didn't fucking like me, or I think that they just I think that a lot of people just brushed me off, bro, because I was a fucking like skinny ass white kid, bro. And I don't blame them, honestly, but like a lot of them were like low-key dicks to me. But I'll get into that a little later. It was kind of the first time in football I saw like very clear favoritism. I know that I don't know. I know that growing up at rec football, there can be a lot of favoritism. And that was one thing I was like, bro, like everybody's gonna think I'm a coach's kid, even though I went out there, I earned it, I was a good fucking player. And I proved that in high school because I started on JV both years. And I was very, very good player for the most part. But I'll get into the there's a couple reasons why I quit. But basically, so I remember the first workout, some people introduced me. I recognized a couple people that I knew. And yeah, it was pretty chill. One thing I forgot to mention, the varsity coaches at the time they were pretty much all fucking dicks. I'm going to be honest with you. They all kind of fucking sucked. Maybe not at coaching, but I remember the head coach, in specific, who I'll just call him Coach B, because that was his, and like I said, I can't really blame him. I can't blame him at this point, but then it kind of pissed me off later because I had actually proven myself. But at this point, I understand, when I was talking to them in the meetings and stuff, he they had the back to school night and all the fucking sports were set up, and I was going freshman year, and I was going, and we talked to the football coach, me and my dad, and he could not have given less of a fuck. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, he wasn't even really trying to hide it when he was talking to me. Just kind of like very, very, very obvious. He was just like, all right, like, cool, bro, just another fucking bench warmer. So I was like, I didn't really realize that until I think a year later or two, when I started kind of connecting the dots and shit. Also, yeah, some funny shit happens to this coach that I will get into later. All the coaches on varsity, actually, with the exception, no, I think all of them. So yeah, basically, this dude could not give less of a fuck to talk to me. Like, it was insane. You think head coach, I'll say this, baseball coach, didn't matter who the fuck you were, super, already knew my name. I wasn't even that I fucking low-key sucked at baseball. I was not really good. I was okay. I was a really, really, really fucking okay, very, very, like, below average, I would even say, baseball player on a really good team. But he knew who I was. He made me feel welcome in the program and everything. And like, bro, the complete opposite from the football coach. This guy was low-key just I just never liked him from the start, you know? So, you know, we started, you know, I was going in and I was like, I'm going to be a defensive back. Now, 5'10" white kid, defensive back. If you learn anything from like Cooper DeJean or whatever, you learn that, bro, it doesn't matter. If you put in the work, bro, like, dude, like, you will. I mean, dude, Cooper DeJean tackled Derek fucking Henry, bro. He's like, he weighs more than me, but he's like as tall as me. And like, anyway, I guess the point I'm trying to make is like, bro, like, a lot of people were judging me, and this is something I've been used to. You know, me playing football, I could even talk about high school in general, bro. The first thing that anybody fucking said to me in high school, it was always something about my weight and how skinny I was. And when I told them I played football, they like were so fucking shocked. And they were even more fucking shocked when I told them I started and I fucking was good as shit, low key, on JV at least. And yeah, it was kind of like, it kind of pissed me off because I was like, I feel like in high school I was just known for like skinny white games, but at the time I was like, oh, it's that skinny white kid that's like good at football. And I'm just like, it pissed me off, bro. I'm not gonna lie, it kind of pissed me off. But anyway, so practice started and things were going chill. We go into JV. I loved the JV coaches. They were awesome. I was kind of like backup. I didn't expect to start, honestly. I was kind of just backup. You know, and then that first game hit. We played our first game, and for the first time in my life, I rode the bench pretty much the entire game besides kickoff. And I'm not gonna lie, bro, damn, I felt like shit. I'm not gonna lie, I felt like shit. I was like, damn, it sucks because we got the W, but I can't really celebrate shit. I didn't really fucking do anything, you know? So I was like, damn, bro, it's going to be a long season. So I was like, I need to work. The thing was, the quarterback in front of me, a guy named Amon, who's a cool guy, he was really good. But luckily, next week, he got pulled up to varsity, and I got my chance. We played Bel Air, which was the school I was supposed to go to, public school, and I played well. They tried throwing it up. Tallest guy, they put the tallest guy on me, tried throwing it up. I blocked it. I played fucking well, bro. I locked it down. And from that day on, I was like starting defense, bro. I did it. And a couple games, I kind of solidified myself on the team. Everybody on JV liked me, but people on varsity still, it'd just be like, that's funny. Coach B, his son, who, funny enough, is actually a fucking long snapper in the NFL, which is really cool. But dude, this guy was a dick to me, bro. I remember on more than one occasion, this guy just like being like, you need to get in the way. And he's not wrong, but dude, like, he wasn't wrong. But the way he was saying it was like, he'd be like, you need to get in the fucking weight room. Dude, he called me... Dude, he said I look like a F slur one time. Like, you know the F slur I'm talking about, bro. And, dude, it just, like, was not cool, bro. I was like, dude, you're a fucking dickhead. And I will never forget, I saw him in public one day, and he just gave me this dirty fucking look. He was his mom, and then he kept going. I was like, dude, what a fucking shit eater, bro. Like, honestly, I hope that guy breaks his... I'm not going to say that, bro, but I hope he has a very happy career in the NFL and makes a lot of money, bro. Okay. But he was, like, low-key. But there was also other of the seniors, and I never understood that, because, like, when I was a senior for baseball, I was cool as fuck to everybody. But maybe that's why, because a lot of seniors were just kind of dicks. And I think a lot of them saw me as, like, this really skinny white kid and shit. And, like, I never got noticed. Like, I remember, obviously, I don't really give a fuck about football anymore, of course. But at this moment, I still did really care. I still was like, yo, I, like, might want to try to do... I was passionate about it. I, like, did enjoy football, even though other things said otherwise. But I was, like... I was really passionate about this shit. And, you know, I was, like, hyped to start. I was starting. I got a couple interceptions. There was a game I got 2 interceptions. I was, like, making a name for myself. I got the nickname Carden Island, bro, because I was locked down on defense. They would underestimate me, and I would shut them the fuck up, bro. Like, I was not bad. I was not bad. And, bro, I remember I was excited because I made a name for myself. Even some of the varsity coaches at this point, like, knew who I was. But Brinkman, all right, bro. I doxed his ass. Yeah, Brinkman, bro. Coach B just never fucking gave me the time of day, bro. They'd be there, they'd be playing. I got interception one game. One coach is like, yeah, Carden Island, like, you know, varsity coach after the game, he doesn't say shit, bro. And it pissed me off because I was like, bro, damn, I'm proving myself, and just because of how I look and everything, you still don't give a fuck, and it pissed me off. So the time came, and I think I should mention the football season for me. I've noticed, like, it's cool for a while, and then near the end of the season, I, like, really don't want to fucking play anymore, and I'm kind of like, damn, this shit sucks, because I'm just ready to not... It's a big commitment. It's a huge commitment, you know, if you play sports, you know. But anyway, so yeah, basically, there was a point in time where the best players on JV would get, you know, pulled up to varsity to sit and maybe play. I'm backtracking. There were players, like I said, very clear favoritism. Some of these players, bro, just from day one, got all the attention, all the love. I didn't get shit. I had to do fucking everything. I had to prove myself, bro. Some of these people fucking didn't. Were they still good? Yes. But I had to prove myself, and I did, bro. So I was really pissed off because I really wanted to dress for varsity, because it would prove some of these varsity guys that are being, like, low-key dicks to me, like, that I was like, bro, look, I'm kind of not bad. And basically, they released a list of kids that were going to get dressed for varsity. I wasn't on there. There were kids on that list that I was on par with. No doubt about it. I was on par with, bro. But they didn't give me the time of fucking day, and it pissed me off. So at that point, I just kind of stopped giving a fuck a little bit. I kept playing well, but I was kind of like, bro, fuck this. And then sophomore year came around, and I was kind of like still playing, but at this point, I kind of was like losing interest with football big time. I like didn't have much of a passion to like get into the gym and get bigger. Because I was really busy on video games, which, yeah, but I just didn't have time. I just didn't make time for that. So, and this year I played well, but by the end of the year I started slipping up. I got mossed a couple of times pretty bad. And after one time, I was just like, bro, like, why the fuck am I doing this, bro? This shit is stupid. Like, I could just be playing video games right now, bro, but I'm doing this shit. And I was like, well, I know that I'm not going to start on varsity, bro, because I know I'm not going to start more than likely, because bro is just not even giving me a time of day at all, even though I proved myself multiple times. And on JV, though, and I get it, JV varsity is completely different. But I think I just was, like, losing interest in football in general. And I was kind of like, dude, this might be it for me. I don't know. But I've said that every year, and I kept coming back. But I was like, I feel like if I go on varsity, I don't have the same drive as a lot of these other guys to, like, get better. Like, a lot of these varsity guys really want it. I was like, I don't really fucking want it. But at the same time, the games were my favorite part of football. So not playing in the games and then just going to fucking practice, like, because practice fucking sucked every single day. It's just like, do I really want to fucking do that? And I was like, we'll see. Well, COVID hit, and that's all she wrote. I quit football. I completely quit football. It kind of messed up my dad and I's relationship for a bit, honestly. I think he, like, I don't know, he was kind of fucked up by it. But yeah, I quit, you know. And here's kind of the funny part. So there was a little bit of a scandal with a football program that involved all the head coaches, including Coach P, where they were getting paid off, I think, or something like this, to start certain people. The entire coaching staff got wiped. They fucking suck too, by the way. They were like 0-10, 0 like whatever. They had some really shit seasons. But then the new coaching staff came in, and hey, they won some games, bro. So good for them. So yeah, kind of a good ending, but yeah, I mean, in conclusion, it was really fun. I learned a lot of lessons. It kind of shaped my early years as a person, and, like, I think some of my, like, ideals now, honestly, shaped through football. But yeah, basically, yeah, I don't regret anything about it. Like I said, there was some really, really fun moments, especially in high school football. A lot of the kids I played with on JV were, like, super fucking cool, really awesome, loved them all. A couple of I don't really talk to anybody from there anymore, but, like, besides, like, one person. But really cool people. I love the JV coaches. It was nice. I felt a lot less pressure because my dad wasn't coaching either. And I proved myself. I was like, damn, I don't need my parent or a parent on the fucking coaching staff to start, So, yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this guys. I hope y'all enjoyed. It's kind of a little longer than I thought it'd be, but only by a couple minutes. But, yeah, that's kind of it. So, hope you enjoyed. And, yep, peace out.